Guys, welcome to another episode of Entrepreneurs in Cars. The day has come. It's been a year. I've been slacking, but we are back and we are ready. And this is my wonderful GT3 that we are going to rip around the wonderful West Vancouver in and talk a little bit about lead gen for you guys. Behind the camera right now is my boy Brandon. He is the one that is crushing lead gen right now. So I thought, what better time? And also, sad news, this car's got to go. It's already been spoken for. I'm waiting on a deal. So yes, we will tell you all about that at a later time. But for now, let's jump in the car, talk about lead generation, and talk about my GT3. It is a sunny Monday here in Vancouver. So I thought we would take the opportunity to jump in my wonderful GT3 and talk a little bit about affiliate marketing, a little bit of lead gen. If you guys don't know, this is Brendan. He works with me. He's my media buyer and also my video guy. So if he does a great edit on this video, give him props. And if not, well, definitely let him know that as well.
Well, we'll do the best I can.
I haven't done an Entrepreneurs in Cars for a while, so it's going to be interesting. The last one I did was with a wonderful Damon Fryer down in California.
Absolutely.
In that 720S, and those shots were all done by Brendan. He definitely made that work, and it was a good time. That was a fun trip, hey?
It was the first time I've ever actually been down the Beverly Hills and checking out San Diego with you as well.
Yeah.
I was so stoked when you guys told me that you're heading down there and wanted me to join along.
Yeah, we had a good time. We went out with the DDE crew one night and did a little hoonigan shit, and yeah, it was great. So let's talk about my car for a second. So this is a 2015 GT3. I got it in August of 2020, and it has been a blast. A GT3 has always been kind of a dream car for me, and so I jumped on the opportunity to find one when the time came in August. It took me a while to actually find this spec because I was very particular on what I wanted. I wanted one that had steel brakes for the track. I wanted the full leather interior. I wanted the Alcantara steering wheel, and I wanted front lift because this car is very low. But I didn't want white. But here's an issue. Every Porsche guy wants a white GT3, so I got white because that's all there really was. There's none for sale. Like even right now, so just to let you guys know, my car is currently for sale and I have a pending buyer on it. So that's why I'm jumping on this Entrepreneurs in Cars, because like, man, I didn't get to do an Entrepreneurs in Cars with this car. And I was like, I feel like I'm cheating on her by not doing it. So we had to jump on and do it. But for example, right now there's like 3 or 4 of these for sale in Canada. There's like very little inventory. In the US there's a lot more, but in Canada we kind of got shunned on that. GT3 is pretty cool. It's got 475 horsepower. Mine might have a bit more because I have headers with no cats, FI headers, and then it's straight through all the way to a mid muffler in the back. It is very loud,
but it sounds good.
It does,
sounds really good.
It sounds really good. We have the valves closed right now just so you guys can hear us talk because, well, it drones in here like crazy when I'm driving it slow. What else? It's got all-wheel steering, which is really kind of a cool feature. It's got the PDK, the paddles.
Lots of little carbon accents everywhere.
Yeah, full carbon interior. It's pretty cool. It's funny because a lot of purist people are just like, yeah, I wouldn't drive a car that is an automatic or has paddle shifters. But to be honest with you, I've driven both, and I don't know if I would ever go back to manual, like unless it was an older car.
The kick you get when you slap the gear, oh man.
Yeah.
It just hits her in the back of the head.
It's a blast.
In your seat.
And I bought this thing to do track days with, and when you're, like, there's so much going on in your head when you're on a track and you're trying not to crash and everything that I don't think I can handle a manual. I think I would just like, I'd be overwhelmed. So this thing's perfect. Also, it shifts insanely fast. Like it's one of the fastest shifting compared to like, I think Ferrari and maybe new McLarens. Don't quote me on that. I am not a car guru by any means, but yeah, I love this thing. I'm very happy with it, but the time has come to move on. An opportunity came across my desk to kind of level up.
I'm stoked to see that car.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it yet in person, but I've heard lots about it, seen it, a couple pictures.
It's an Integra Type R.
Yeah.
The reason I say that because there's a lot of people jumping on my IG right now saying like, how come you're selling? What are you getting? Blah, blah, blah. A lot of questions. Oh, we got some cyclists here. Yeah, I'm kind of messing with you. Sorry guys if you are listening. I just kind of like giving you a hard time. I am not getting an Integra Type R or a bus pass.
No.
I am not a bus pass kind of guy. What are you gonna get? I feel like your time is coming.
It's coming up. Affiliate has been crushing it lately.
Yes, it has.
Just had a solid last month. We're continuing that into this month, and now I'm looking into getting, I mean, I'm not going to hold it from anyone. I'm looking into getting a GTR.
That seems very your age demo. Every guy your age, how old are you? You're 26?
26. I haven't grown up yet.
Every kid that age wants a GTR.
Yeah.
I guess you're not that much of a kid, man. You're almost fucking 30.
I like to still think I'm a kid.
What are you doing with your life? But anyway, yeah. So we wanted to jump on here and talk a little bit about cars, which we have, and then we're going to talk a little bit about lead gen. It's like I'm trying to like talk and drive like an ass at the same time, you know?
Well, these are tight streets, so.
I know, but they're the best streets.
Yeah.
For anyone who doesn't know, we're on Marine Drive in West Vancouver, and it is curvy and awesome. Sometimes in the morning, before I work at like 5 a.m. in the summer, because it's brighter out, I'll come over here, grab a coffee, and just do a quick hot lap, and then rip back home, and then start my day with launching some ads. So on that note, let's move over to talking about lead gen. We hired Brendan probably about a year and a half, 2 years ago.
Yeah,
probably 2 years.
Coming up 2 years
Yeah,
now.
2 years. He reached out to us. He was doing some e-com stuff, and he was making it work. He was doing some drop shipping. We've talked about what he's done in the past. He's done, he was selling underglow, right?
Yeah, doing underglow and colorful headlights for your cars. So I was in JDM, niche, and made a whole brand around that.
Yeah.
And did that for maybe 6 months until I hit you up with my numbers, and that's when you kind of put out the offer to work for you guys.
Yeah, man. I think before that though, we talked a lot, and I kind of helped you, right? Like, am I making that up?
No.
Okay. I was like,
you're the whole reason I am where I am today.
No. But I'm not saying that for praise. I'm just saying that like I've helped a lot of people, but I was like, I'm 90% sure I helped you with your store back in the day. So when you were running that, like, how big did you hit?
The first month when I actually put everything into it, I did about 3,000 profit the first month.
Shit.
And then it continued on to 5,000 the next month, and then we got up to 10,000.
Oh, I didn't know that. I underquoted you majorly when I said how much you were doing.
You're accurate for the first month. The first month was accurate, but the largest month was about 10 grand. Had 10 grand in the bank. Told you.
Dude, that's cool.
We had done 26,000 US in sales in the last month that I had done it, and then that's when I decided that I was kind of getting tired of this due to the amount of stress that it put on me with all of the order fulfillments and chargebacks.
Angry people.
Yeah.
So many angry people.
Everyone
How come this hasn't showed up? I ordered it yesterday.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So people are waiting 2 weeks to get a product and just didn't want to do that. I want to have more time to go ride my bike during the day, and this presented an opportunity.
If anybody wants to know, Brendan is a badass mountain biker. He can do crazy shit like backflips and such.
Breaking bones.
Break bones. Yeah, he's really good at crashing. That's like his expertise. But when we go riding together, there's no point. Like I'm just like, dude, just go do what you want, because I'm so slow in the back, dying. But anyway, then you came over to work with us, and we kind of got you, I think out of the gate, we got you on some auto insurance, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and like you kind of hit it out of the park with that. And how big was your biggest month with auto insurance? Because I got a terrible memory, and like apparently I have a stutter now too. But yeah, I don't have a very good memory when it comes to that shit. So what were your numbers when you first started working for us?
The first, like when we did auto, I did I think it was $30,000 US in profit the first month that it took off.
Oh really? You did 30K in profit out of the gate? I don't remember that.
And it only took when we started doing it, it only took a couple days for us to actually like to teach me what I needed to do and get everything fired up so that we could run it the next day. So I think, or not the next day, but 3 days in, we were running ads.
Oh yeah. I don't mess around, man. I get shit done. Like I'm like, we're going now. And that's another point I want to touch on for you guys if you're listening is like, with lead gen and anything online, like you get rewarded for speed. The faster you get stuff up, the faster you test, the more you test, the quicker you will have success. And
absolutely.
I've said it time and time again, but like, yeah, you can almost guarantee that you're gonna win on the online space as long as you just keep testing and just do it as quick as possible. Like if you think that you're maxing out in a day, you can do more. You can always do more. And I want to touch on that for a bit, and like I'm not going to throw you under the bus, but like, and just like all of us, you get lazy at times, and you don't really test, and you're just like, I don't know what to do, like what's going on, and then we have a talk, and I'm like, man, like in the past, what's worked to make you successful?
When you test.
And it's always, you know, more testing, more ads, more creatives, and you know what, it's funny because I feel like we get in situations where, sorry, I saw a slow sign, I had to accelerate. I feel like we get in situations where we're overwhelmed with our failures on Facebook, in a sense that we start doubting ourselves. We're like, oh, is this landing page garbage? Is this offer garbage? Are my skills garbage? Like, is it just done? Like, what I used to do, is that not a thing anymore? But then I think it comes down to just testing and proving yourself wrong in those situations. Because how many times have you thought that your Facebook accounts have been like, bad or like blown up, you know?
About 5 times in the last 3 months.
Right? And then and you'd be like, yeah, I think I need new accounts. And I'm like, cool, test that. But at the same time, man, like just keep testing on your current accounts because they're warmed up. Absolutely. They have lots of spend on them. So if you get something to pop on them, you can scale faster, which is really kind of cool. And that's what you want, right? Like new accounts are great and you can make them work. It just takes time. So anyway, I just wanted to like go on a little tangent there because I feel like there's value in that. And
absolutely. Well, like the last time that it popped off, I couldn't figure the thing out. It was like I always used the same copy because I knew it worked every time. And then all I was doing was switching out images, but it wasn't quite sticking. And then the moment I switched out the copy, completely transformed it. And it just skyrocketed. Like we were thinking that it was double firing the leads. We didn't know why the lead cost went so low. And then you're just like, okay, scale time. When
Brandon first told me his numbers, I was like, man, something's broken. Like, there's no way that shit's converting that well, because we run similar stuff, and to be honest, we don't really share creatives. Like, we kind of just do our own thing. And like, if we do get to the point where we know something's working, we share ideas here and there and stuff like that. But overall, we kind of just do our own thing. So when he said that, I was like, nah, something's up. Like, your shit's broken, dude. Like, that's not gonna work. But turns out that he just was really good at copy and really good with his creatives, and he just absolutely knocked out of the park. Yeah, man. So like, what was kind of going through your head in that moment? Because I feel like you went from like 0 to hero in like a week.
Well, first off, couldn't believe it. But as soon as it happened, it was just I watched your course the week before.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So the week before, I watched the course.
Was there anything in there you didn't like know or just like forgot?
I just forgot. I completely just didn't think of these things because you had taught me like maybe 6 months ago. And then just a quick refresher of everything. Went in and did the exact same formula that you do every time and that you put in the course. And I went, boom, just popped off.
Really? So what was like, can you like kind of dig into that a little bit more? Like, you can give away some of the stuff in the course, I don't care. And for you guys who don't know, I just released a course. It's lockedinlead.com, and it's just affiliate lead gen. So that's what he's referencing. I'm not trying to plug it or anything. I just want you you to know that he's talking about something like that.
Yeah. So what happened was went into it, and just the way that I would set up my ads, that weren't the exact way that Gabe was showing.
Yeah.
And then as soon as I put them into the formula that you showed, I was able to put in multiple images and get testing on it, and found what popped, what didn't pop, and then found out what image was the lowest lead cost, and then that's when it switched out the copy, and then that's when it stuck.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So,
genius. So you're using dynamic ads like we always talk about?
This one was, usually I was doing CBO before.
Yeah.
This time it was doing ad set budgets.
Yeah.
And doing 2 dynamic images in 1 copy, and then 2 call to actions.
Oh, interesting.
And so we found out the call to action that worked, the images that worked, and then the only thing that I wasn't split testing was the copy. So then I split tested the copy the next day, and then that's when we got the winner.
Yes, this road's amazing. Sorry,
I'm
sidetracked.
I'm trying to focus on what I'm talking about, but this is like this site's.
Yeah, I wish we could turn the camera around for you guys.
Yeah.
So yeah, dynamics the way to go.
Absolutely.
And time and time again, man, we try dynamic versus the other way, and we always win with dynamic.
Yeah.
It's just, and I'm not saying the other way doesn't work, because there is a lot of benefits to it, but I think that just you get to a point where Facebook just wants you to use their tools. Facebook wants you to use like everything that they're coming out with, because I think the end goal for them is to make it as easy as possible to be an advertiser, right?
Yeah.
So if you start messing with the system too much, Facebook's like, nah, we're not going to give you those good costs. But as soon as you play by our rules, you're good.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a huge tip. So you want to talk about like kind of your numbers, like how much you've done in the last like month here? Because I think it's pretty impressive, especially considering where you went from and where you're at now.
Yeah. The beginning of February was slow, and then it was the last week that it all transitioned. In that 1 week, was up 55,000 profit.
Wow.
50, and that's US.
US, yeah.
And then the following week, which was last week, was another 45,000 profit. So we're up $100,000 profit US in just 2 weeks. So 14 days.
That's pretty life-changing, right? Like you've never made anything like that in your life, right?
GTR was not in sight until this week, and I was like, "Holy crap! This actually might happen."
Let's do a little pull here.
So
truck.
Good.
Yeah, this thing's a blast. I can't wait for summer to be driving on this road. It's so great, guys. It's just amazing here. It's such a great time. And usually I have a radar detector up here, so I'd be a little bit safer. But we had to remove it because this is where the GoPro goes. So I'm relying on Waze. For anyone who doesn't use Waze for driving, it is the best. It's an app just like Google Maps, only it tells you where all the cops are. Absolute game changer. Yeah, man. So how did you feel like doing those numbers? I know we just kind of touched on that a little bit, but I feel like it's life-changing how quick internet money is, right? So like
Absolutely.
I think, and if you're not used to internet marketing, you kind of have to readjust the way you think about cash, because hold on.
Yeah, that was the biggest one for me, was having to remove what the dollar meant.
Yeah.
And using it as a tool and seeing it as a tool.
Yeah.
And now, from doing the last couple of weeks, it's completely changed my perspective on, okay, I just need to spend more because I'm going to make more. Where opposed to before, I was afraid to spend a lot because I didn't want to lose money.
Yeah.
And unfortunately with this, you do have to spend money to find that winner. But as soon as you find that winner, you can make that money that you lost in the previous week or month all back within a couple days.
Yeah,
so
100%.
It's totally worth it.
Yeah, and I mean, like, that being said, you can test and be safe as well, right? Because we don't test that big, right? Like you test with like $100 ad sets.
Yeah.
And before you were testing with like $20 ad sets, and you were still finding stuff that worked, right?
Yeah.
So you can do it on a lower budget if that's really what you want. But we suggest and we like $100 ad sets because you just kind of, it gets the results quicker. to what you're looking for.
And the thing with that is you don't have to spend the whole $100 that day. With affiliate, you're able to see if an ad is winning or not within the first couple hours of the day.
Yeah.
If it's not converting good, kill it.
Yeah.
Like that's how we play, and that's what works best for us. We're not into doing the let it run for 3 days and see how it comes out.
Yeah, and like I hate losing money, so I feel that like our method is good. It doesn't really let the algorithm do its thing, but I mean, you kind of don't need it to, in a sense.
Yeah.
You can kind of just let it figure it out right away, and if it hasn't figured it out, then you just like kill it and move on.
Yeah, because it's either it's going to work or it's not.
Yeah.
There's no let it ride and figure this thing out. Just kind of let it spend in the morning and kill in the afternoon if it's not working.
So if you had any tips for people that were just kind of getting into the lead gen space, what would you give them? I think for me, I would just say research. Like we love ad spy tools. We use one called Ad Spy.
Right. Ad spy is definitely key for finding the winners that other people are using.
And in the beginning, it makes so much sense, right? Because you're just you don't know what you don't know, right? And the best way to learn is by researching. And with this, you can research what's working in this marketplace, and you can kind of see what route you need to take. And it makes the barrier to entry a lot less than it would be if you just started throwing stuff up based on what you didn't know, right? Like, or what you assumed. So that's a big thing. Also, you can use Facebook ads library. Where
I use that a lot.
Yeah, you find pages that are running ads, and then you can go in there and see what they're running. And I feel like the combo with that and Ad Spy is good because Ad Spy doesn't show everything, you know? Mm-hmm. And Facebook library does, I think.
Yeah, you can go search up the page, or you can look up in the search bar on Facebook, find similar ads, go to their page and go into the transparency, and then go right to all their ads that they're running. Yeah. And you'll be able to see everything, all the copy that they're using, the images, the landing pages, and then be able to see the offers that they're using.
Yeah. And then the other thing is just YouTube a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
If you have any questions that's technical, YouTube usually has the answer for that. In terms of tactics and stuff, YouTube doesn't really have the answers for that. And you might have to join Facebook groups. Like, we love the Facebook ad buyer group.
Yeah.
There's like those guys, there's crazy advertisers in there that can always help you out. And then also, last thing, buy a course. Like, if you don't know, like, I'm not trying to plug my course by any means, and there's other people that have great lead gen courses as well. But yeah, buy a course because it basically it holds your hand and tells you exactly what to do.
Yeah, and it puts all the searching out of the way and put it right in your hand so that you're able to just quickly go through everything. Yeah. Step by step and get it done. Where on YouTube you're having to search one thing, and then someone else might have a different way of doing it. Yeah. And it doesn't match up. Yeah, and also I feel like I've invested a lot in courses like to get me where I am. Yeah. And I think that's just been the game changer for me. Or like find a mentor, you know? Like, I feel like you might have to pay $1 or $2 to get one, but it's well worth it because you can literally have someone hold your hand and tell you exactly what to do, like we did in the beginning, and you had a 30K month, right? Yeah. So if you invested 10K in someone to do that, would you do it again? Oh, absolutely.
Right?
100%.
So, and I mean, like, obviously we all don't have that kind of cash to do so, but if you do, it's definitely worth it.
Yeah, so like I didn't have that type of cash, but I had a skill that I was able to offer you, which was video editing, video filming. Yeah. So I was able to give something and get return of
100%
being helped out.
And here we are. You won't leave me alone. Yeah, all right, guys. I think that's going to end it here. We had a fantastic drive today, and I plan on doing a lot more of these. I feel like summer is coming. The good weather is coming. So it makes a lot of sense for us to start recording a lot more of these because, well, we live in a beautiful place and we all love vehicles, so it makes sense. All right, bro. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, guys. We'll see you on the next one.
Peace.
Bye.
Whenever you want.